there's Kevin with Gathering Magic Combat match number 4 with our Soulfire Grandmaster. In training for the Rogues Alley. Yes, we like to play first. I think this is acceptable. We'll go ahead and keep it. We have double spell. Oh, I thought we had double Serum Visions. This might be a mulligan hand. We'll go get a. I think we want to go get a Steam Vents and then just Serum Visions. But we do need to draw into lands, so we'll scry anything away but lands. Unless we just happen to naturally draw a land here. Yep, put them both on top. And that is fine. So, Forest into a Root Maze. Artifacts and lands enter the battlefield tapped. Okay, that is super annoying. Never seen this card actually been played in Modern before. So, the Flooded Strand is going to enter the battlefield tapped. But so should whatever he plays this turn. Just sets everyone back a turn. And sets my fetch lands way back. So maybe in like a mono green list, the Root Maze is actually pretty good. The Suva is going to become a Steam Vents. And a Tolaria West. So it's... Okay, this is probably this Amulet Bloom. So we'll go get a Sacred Foundry here. And yes, we will cast a Soulfire. So I'll go ahead and attack in with the Soulfire Grandmaster. So, I mean, the Root Maze is incredibly powerful if you have the Amulet, but if you don't have the Amulet like this, I think it's hurting him a ton. He's going to be way back. I think we Deceiver Exarch. And he's going to Tolaria West for a converted mana cost 0 spell, which is a Caverns. Which, unfortunately, I think we need to get out as much pressure as possible. So this is where Pester is just a little bit better than Deceiver. But I'm going to Deceiver Exarch. Untap a Steam Vents. I'm going to bolt him. So the double Spell Snares are kind of bad. They get Explorers, if he happens to have Explorers. I'm trying to think what else the deck runs at 2-drop. Without Summer Bloom, I mean, Spell Snare is great versus Summer Bloom. So he's going to name Giant here, yeah. So it definitely is the deck that I thought it was. So we'll go ahead and attack in one more time with the Deceiver Soulfire combo. Get him down to a 9. But Hive Mind is getting very real. We'll cast their Soulfire Grandmaster. And Mana Leak or Remand be so much better than the Spell Snare. I'll wait for our opponent. It seems to have disconnected. And goes back down to 9, so we will cast the Soulfire. And that means we have 5 damage aboard, so I hope that we don't just end off this game having our opponent down to a 1. That will be incredibly disappointing. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can actually cast his Titan. He actually threw the breach on the Titan. There's nothing I can do about it. And that actually is pseudo haste, so a double hideaway. I think he's going to try to get another attack phase after this one. I think that's what he's looking for. Yeah, useless Spell Snares. So probably should have kept my Bolt in hand. I thought I could race him before Hive Mind comes out, but the Bolt could have killed the Primeval Titan. His lands still do come into play tapped. So he's going to go get another Primeval Titan. Worldspine Worm, which he can through the breach now, Worldspine Worm. It's only 21 damage, though. So I let it go through, I believe, because he goes against 2 lands, but they come into play tap because of his Root Maze. So it depends on what is underneath these knolls, if I lose here or not. But also the problem is he gets some worms back to block. So again, keeping the Deceiver Exarch would have been smart back. I muffed this game up in more ways than one, thinking probably just to race with the Deceiver Exarch, but that only did 2 extra damage, 3 with the Lightning Bolt. And he does have Emrakul underneath. Okay, well, that's that. So it's just a more traditional Through the Breach deck with Root Maze. I still think Amulet would be in here. So, Thought-Knot Seer is incredibly good in this matchup. The Counterflux is also good. Crumble to Dust is also good. All of those are ways we can set back our opponent. I'm not going to bring in... Oh, Hallowed Moonlight. Yeah, this is the perfect one for Hallowed Moonlight. Electrolyze, I actually don't even think Lightning Bolts or Lightning Helixes are necessary for this. We can keep in Lightning Bolts. Like, Soulfire Grandmaster is still good. I'm going to get rid of the Spell Snares. They are really bad. Serum Visions can still stay in. Prophet is decent in this. I do want the paths, though. I think paths are incredibly powerful in this matchup. Deceiver's actually good. Skyspawner, not so much. I'm going to take out a Skyspawner, a 1 of Drowner, and just a 1 of Bolt, I think. And then we'll keep everything else. Like, the Manalix Remands are all good. Wall can come out. We can bring back in the other Bolt for a Wall. And we'll submit this. Alright, so yes, we'd like to play first. This is very keepable just because the Hallowed Moonlight's stupid good versus this deck. Go ahead and lead off with the Serum Visions. And I think I want both. I'm going to put the Path on the bottom and the Thought-Knot Seer on top. Because we do have the Eldrazi Temple. There's an Ancient Stirrings. He's looking for a land, and he puts he doesn't reveal anything. Do you look at top 5 cards? You may reveal a colorless card from among them. And how did he reveal an Ancient Stirrings with an Ancient Stirrings? Let me check the chat here. Oh, Teleria West. Teleria West. So it's just messed up. It's not showing what he actually revealed with. Yeah. So MTG Joe's buggy right now with what it is. So it does show a Teleria West is what he revealed. So we'll go ahead and put out the just Plains is fine. No, Eldrazi Temple's better in case we top deck into something. So cast Ancient Stirrings. And this time misses with the Ancient Stirring. So he actually legitimately missed this time. And the Celestia Sanctuary will get back his gemstone. So we're in great shape here with the Thought-Knot Seer coming down. And now we get to eat the, he's forever away from, we'll just eat the Emrakul. Summer's Pact, he's so far away from everything, we'll eat the Emrakul. So he's going to Summoner's Pact and just die next turn, I guess? No, he goes Azusa. So you can play 2 lands. But that means basically he has nothing else in his hand, that means. And he's got to waste his next turn. So he's relying on top decks. I mean, we don't know about one card in hand. It was all lands and then now Azusa. Alright, so another Thought-Knot Seer with Path to Exile. Not quite sure it's necessary. Because most likely, I don't even know what he had there. It could be, oh wow, he did top deck into a Through the Breach. So our top deck Thought-Knot Seer was actually pretty good. And now he's got to pay his Summoner's Pact next turn, which is going to take his turn. And I guess he can play the 2 lands that he has in hand. But it's just a Caverns and a Tolarian West and 1 unknown. And we have insane control versus what our opponent is trying to do. So probably make Vesuva into a Gemstone Mine. And the Caverns of Souls. And then 1 card. So we do know there's still the Tolarian. Yeah, Tolarian's the only thing that's in his hand. We'll go get a Steam Vents. I think he throws one of them in the way. Nope, he does not. So, just pass. Got the Counterflux. He's actually dead on board with the Path to Exile. Or Deceiver Exarch. Doesn't matter. So he's going to Tolarian West for a 0 cost. Which has to be some sort of pact. Just a Colony Garden. Doesn't matter, it's not going to save him. He does have 1 unknown in his hand. So end of turn here, we Path Yazuza. I could have Hallowed Moonlight in response to him grabbing that, but and we'll also Deceiver. And there's the scoop. So, I think everything's all right here. I don't think we need to bring in anything else. Gonna go ahead and submit this again. Yeah, this is good. This card's bonkers good versus this deck. And he's gonna go Ancient Stirrings again, and reveals. Yeah, that's bugged. He actually reveals a Caverns of Souls. Is the card. So I will just, we'll go with just a Reef. I don't think life is the worst. I want to try to draw into another land without filtering through. I mean, Serum Visions will probably do it, but I think we want both of them on top. So that way we'll get the Plains. We'll play a Plains next turn. Or a Waste, probably. Okay, yeah, we're in great shape. Tons of control cards. And the lovely Thought-Knot Seer that will soon join us. I will Mana Leak an Azusa. Unless he chooses humans here. Okay, so he does choose human. Which is kind of annoying. But he's going to let us respond to the trigger. That's awesome. So he only gets one additional land. There's our lovely path. So at this point I will do a Flooded Strand. That way we can thin out. So he does have mana for Through the Breach. I'd like to find one more. I should have actually cracked the Flooded Strand there. That was my bad. I don't think I Thought-Knot Seer because in response he can do something. I think we just play the controller out. No need to rush this. I want him to tap and then Thought-Knot Seer. So we'll go get a Steam Vents, I think. White, yeah. We need red. Probably we're white, so we'll go get a Sacred Foundry. We'll get a source that doesn't. Get another Flooded Strand. That's fine. I could Thought-Knot Seer and have a Path to Exile up. Because Through the Breach is just, with Emrakul, is just crazy good right here. So we effectively just countered the Through the Breach. Found us a Remand. It didn't hit whatever's in his hand, so he does have a decent card in hand. So Thought-Knot Seer is still risky. Training Grounds is kind of useless here. I think that we go for it, though. See what he would have put out. I still take the Emrakul, I believe. Because we can path the other one. So barring any like crazy top deck here, which I don't think, yeah, it'd be another Through the Breach. Now, Giant, he did top deck into a Primeval. Super annoying. We'll path it. He can go get 2 lands. Gets a Boros Garrison and a Slayer's Stronghold. Because now the Mana Leaks are kind of awkward. Remand's good, though. And we still have Bolt for another Primeval Titan. And a Path to Exile. So we'll come in for 4. Mana Leak and Remand and Path on the same turn. So I don't think we Training Grounds. So he'll use the Summoner Pack. Gets another Caverns of Souls. So we can't counter the Giant. Because he did go get a Primal Titan, but we can double bolt it. Or just path it. Depends on how we want to. Yeah, unfortunately, still can't do anything against that. Maybe I should have remanded the Summoner Pack. He's out of basics. But he still has another Summoner Pact in hand. The Garden is annoying because it gives him a blocker for a turn. I can't believe he's going to have mana for the Worldspine Worm. Ugh, another Training Grounds. Possibly I should have taken those out in this one. He'll block with the plant, I'm sure. We can still Mana Leak and Remand if I use a Training Ground, so I think I will do this. Because if we get a Displacer or a Soulfire Grandmaster, we'll have a nice little lock going on. And this turn, our opponent will have to pay the Summoner Pact. But he gets to go get 2 more bounce lands. Which now I can bounce back the Garden to give him another blocker. But 3 Primeval Titans gone and Emrakul gone. He can cast an Emrakul, which is just insane at this point. So Displacer would just be so good to eat all his Emrakuls. Prophet's actually really good here. Do I need both? I think I do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Still can't cast Emrakul this turn. He's going to go for the Worldspine Worm, and I'm going to Mana Leak it. Actually, he'll throw out Cavern and name Worm. So then you find like a Snapcaster Mage. So both the Mana Leak and the Remand are just really, really useless here. think I'll just end up drawing 2 cards. Let's see how much. So there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And it does cost 11 mana. Yep, that happens. So I have 3 draws, essentially, to try to find a Snapcaster and Eldrazi Displacer, something like that. So I should have some good outs. That's not one of them. And neither is that. Counterflux is horrid. Let's go ahead and Flooded Strand here. Just go get another blue source. Ugh. So at this point, putting out a trading ground is the exact same as drawing a card. I don't know if this is going to do much. I hate tapping out. But what can he cast here now? Slaria West. For another Summoner Pack. For his last Primeval Titan. And an Amulet of Vigor. Don't know. Yeah, we need to hit it like a Path to Exile. A Displacer we need to hit a lot earlier. I guess the longer this game goes on, actually the worst it gets. But we almost had the lockdown. He can give it Trample here. And +2/+0. And whatever's underneath those knolls. I guess keeping up the Counterflux is just the better play. So that's 21 damage we'd have to absorb. 20. Yes, we'd have to block with everything. So here and here, and then I'd gain 2. So he's doing 15 and an extra 2, 17. 17 damage. And I'm gaining 2, 15. I have to block with everything. Gets to draw a card off Thought-Knot. Yeah. And whatever's under these. Which are most likely Emrakul's. Yep. Alright, see where the path was. Or the Snapcaster. Even though I don't know if that would have done... Yeah, Snapcaster would have done it. Drowner... Jouter wouldn't have. We are ways down to really finding anything. I guess you just take the counter spells completely out of those matchups, as they were dead in my hand both games. Absolutely dead. Anyway, this has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.